LeBron James and company came back from 23 down at MSG with James scoring or assisting on 30 fourth quarter points. Of course, the Cavs needed every bit of it to grab the W. The question is, are they asking too much of LeBron?
I don't think they're asking any more than they usually ask, right? This is a team that's inept on defense. They found themselves in a huge hole, and they flicked the switch. We've seen this time and time again. We've seen it with LeBron do what he did, set his teammates up to perform at their highest level, and that was Kyle Korver last night, obviously, in that fourth quarter. We had 5 threes. LeBron had 7 assists in that fourth quarter. So he did what he usually does. The concern, though, we've talked a lot about this the last 2 years, Robin, the defense, the Cleveland defense, last in defensive efficiency this season. It seems to be getting worse and worse. Last year it was a problem. They recovered. They righted the ship. They obviously went deep into the playoffs to the finals. But this year, dead last. Can they recover? I mean, they're going to count on LeBron, Robin, but can they keep expecting to come back in games with this type of defense?
Well, the answer to the question is yes, they are asking too much of LeBron, but he is always able to answer no matter how much is asked of him. So we're not talking about a normal, human here. We're talking about basically a superhero. He leads the league in minutes this year in his 15th season. And he's the only guy on the team who's able to create for himself or others. Kyle Korver shooting 60% from 3 with LeBron on the floor, just 15% from 3 when LeBron's not on the floor. So he is asked to do everything under this current construction of the Cavaliers because the Knicks are a better team than the Cavs outside of LeBron, and you could say that for most teams in the league. Now, the Cavs could get better. Isaiah Thomas is going to come back. He'll help with that creation. Tristan Thompson is out. They could still make a trade. But when you're talking about what is being asked of somebody at LeBron's stage of his career, I don't think anyone has ever been asked for more. And you're talking about a dude who was locking down Kristaps Porzingis and then hitting a 3 in his face to ice the game.
And that's all after he played bully against Enes Kanter and Frank Ntilikina because of the comments were said. There was some bad blood. Great vibe at the Garden last night, but we didn't even get to that talking about the Cavs. What do you think? Does he have to play that role still? Do you see a guy of his stature, his caliber? Is it necessary for him to get in the face of Frank to start a shoving match with Enes Kanter?
He's a showman, too. I mean, look, when you talk about LeBron James, the basketball player, there's basically nothing you can say. I mean, the complaints are so nitpicky. People will say, oh, he took off for a couple of possessions or he took off for a few quarters. That has to happen in an 82-game season. If you want to say he's sort of passive-aggressive or likes some of the attention, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I just don't think it's a big deal in the grand scheme of things because this Knicks-Cavs matchup got so hyped due to what LeBron said beforehand. At the same time, I'm not mad at Enes Kanter for sticking up for his teammates. I'm not mad at French Frank for, saying, hey, I'm here in the NBA. You're not going to push me around. At the same time, LeBron is trying to get in their head psychologically a little bit.
Yeah, a little passive-aggressive, especially when he got in the face of Frank and then went, he gave the little shrug like he wasn't doing much. Yeah. Exactly. We all saw that. I don't know. My advice to LeBron, play like he played in the fourth quarter and the first half. He'd have a lot easier road, a lot easier workload. Get the 23-point lead and cruise. He'll be just fine.